My name is Christopher Lawson, and I'm here to present my persuasive speech. This is my audience right here, audience of two, and now I'm gonna turn it over to my cameraman. Technology has advanced so much that computers, video games, cell phones, and the internet has become a part of our daily lives. Computer use has reached beyond the work office and is now a major source of fun and entertainment to many people. Up until the 21st century, that's what people use video games for, entertainment. According to the Brookhaven National Laboratory, before either arcades or home video games, a guy named William Higginbotham invented arguably the first video game called Tennis for Two in 1958. If you fast forward just about 5 decades later, Higginbotham himself could not have dreamed that the gaming industry would account for $9.5 billion in 2006 and 2007 alone in the US. As a child, I grew up playing a variety of video games that I enjoyed very much, and my first video game I owned was a Nintendo. And up until this day, I have owned more than 10 of these consoles as I present before you right now. And also as a child, my parents did not let me engage in any prolonged play. Matter of fact, after about 2 hours, I had to find another source of entertainment, and it had to be outdoors. But if it was left up to me back then, I would have been sitting in front of that TV all day until it was bedtime. And that's kind of what kids today are doing. But now it has become a growing problem that's causing our youth to develop different health issues. One of the most common health issues related to excess gaming is our physical health. To be more particular, childhood obesity is spreading into the developing world, and according to the article written by Charles Schmidt, it is being called a global epidemic by the World Health Organization. Due to the lack of exercise and outdoor activity, children today are suffering from more cases of obesity than ever. And also, due to the nature of obesity, it can lead to lots of other conditions that are associated with it, such as type 2 diabetes, which has increased more than tenfold in children since 1982. Sleep apnea, hypertension, cardiovascular disease, in addition to low self-esteem and depression, is also a condition that has affected the children. Obesity is now widely recognized as a steadily growing issue. Another health issue due to excessive gaming is mental health of the individual. According to the American Academy of Pediatrics, or AAP for short, pathological gaming or video game addiction has been associated with problems in the youth, including depression, anxiety, social phobia, and poor grades. With the lack of activity that children participate in now, the National Institute for Mental Health also agrees that it puts these children at risk for forming symptoms associated with depression and heart disease, rather than the kids who are actively outdoors on a regular basis. Depression and poor school grades are not the only reasons why addiction is bad for one's health. There are countless cases still where a person addicted to gaming has committed violent crimes. 2 examples of this is: 1. There was a 25-year-old guy charged with the murder of his 17-month-old daughter after she accidentally knocked it over while he was in the middle of gameplay. Also in 2009, there was a 17-year-old kid who shot his parents, killing his mom and injuring his dad over a game of Halo that was taken by his parents. And cases like these are continuing to grow. One reason that is speculated could be due to the overabundance of violent games that has desensitized today's youth, causing them to have no fear of violent actions and behaviors according to the AAP. Family and friends are also victims to these addictions. Social activity almost ceases with the individual who has a game addiction. They care little about school or what their parents want, and according to Jadoginsky, they neglect their friends unless they are part of the gaming culture. And how many of you remember playing with your siblings growing up? I do. Well, siblings are also excluded from their lives, and everything else that interferes with playing video games. The video game player is only alive when playing in the game and feels dead when he or she is participating in the real world of boring adults, bullies, anxiety-ridden exams, rejection from the opposite sex, and so on, according to Jadonkowski. I am not here before you to start a boycott of gaming. of the gaming industry because video games are not only for entertainment purposes. We do all enjoy them. But the medical field has found some usefulness from these machines as well. Video games today are being used all across the world to treat diseases such as Parkinson's disease. They're used as a distraction device to pain and stress for burn and orthopedic procedure patients, hand-eye coordination, and many other reasons. Even the Air Force uses video games by using them as simulation training for their soldiers. Video games by all means should not be avoided because they are great for entertainment, but all I'm trying to point out is the health issues related to excessive gaming, and ask parents to enforce a time limit for their children to abide by in order to do their part in reducing their chances of their child developing some of these health conditions. As I stated earlier, as a parent myself, all I want for my child is to live a full, happy, and healthy life. I believe that if we can decrease their game playing time, we can increase their chances of not developing any symptoms that causes any of these issues. So help this generation put down these right here and pick up one of these to enjoy a better, healthier life outdoors.